if you hit, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good example.
Mhm.
Uh, Hi Sunggu, just wanna welcome you. Did I say your name right?
Hi, yes, you did.
Okay. So everyone, we can pause the discussion here after we do the story refinement. We can revisit it and talk more about it. I'm sure you guys have good example that you want to share with the class. I hope. And right now we welcome Sanggu and her time is limited, so let's have the floor for her so that we can learn from her experience. Recently she got an offer, so we would love to hear, like how was your experience in the interview, like how many rounds it was, what was the good questions you got, like any pointers you can give the students, things like that. So whenever you're ready.
Yes, absolutely. So I attended Yuri's class and then Alex's internship.
Mhm.
And then I did take PyCharm automation testing. And I have been really applying off and on. To be honest, I was not actively looking. I have relocated to Miami.
Mhm.
I did make sure that my LinkedIn was good to go.
Mhm.
Uh, I did updated my LinkedIn with whatever Yuri and Alex provided as far like resume, references and all that stuff. Um, Actually, they reached out to me. So what I will recommend is to be really proactive on LinkedIn. And I did do the monthly payment where people actually can message you. You can send them your resume.
Premium,
You can reach out.
premium
Yeah,
Lincoln.
premium. Exactly. So I was actually being contacted by HR, not a recruiter, HR, which was great because the recruiters, they reach out and then they don't respond back to you, after you give them your resume. So the
Mhm.
HR contacted me and he was like, hey, we're looking for someone, QA analyst in Miami. Are you open for, job opportunity, new job opportunity? I'm like, yeah, my contract ended and I'm open for work. So then he set me up with an interview. It was only one round of interview. It was very easy interview, non-technical, I can say that. But what I would recommend is to everyone, make sure that whatever is on your resume, you're able to speak to it because they are asking questions. They will look at your resume and they will quiz you and ask you questions and make sure that you are able to speak to it, to whatever you have on your resume. And yeah, and then a week later, I got a job offer. But if you guys have any questions, you guys go ahead and ask me. I'm open.
Thank you.
You
And
said
anyone,
do LinkedIn Premium?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And I have been actually, I subscribed the premium for almost since I started looking for a job. It's so much easier to connect and communicate with recruiters and HR, and you can always send them, everything. And you can also make your resume. It's really, really helpful.
So you
yeah,
think that probably contributed to you being able to get a job so quickly?
It was not quick. I mean, I finished last year around this
Oh,
time. Yes, it was not quick. I almost was at that point where I'm like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. If not, I'm going to continue to apply because it was tough. But it's just they reached out to me. I think maybe it's the location. I'm not so sure, but they reached out to me. It was just perfect. I mean, they were like, we're looking for someone in Miami, and I live like 25 minutes from the company,
oh,
from the
that's nice. You
location.
have to go there every
Yeah.
day?
So it is on site, 8 to 5, which is a lot. But I figure, I take that opportunity and have that under my belt and learn, and
Yeah.
then eventually look for a remote. I mean, to me, it's like that's better than nothing. So
Right. You might
yeah,
learn more by actually being in the office with
that is
around other
correct.
people, for a
Yes,
little bit, and then you can go remote. Yeah. I mean, a job's a job, it's somewhere to start. So
that's how I look at it. And right now, they are 100% manual testing, but they are looking into transitioning to automation testing, and they are providing trainings. So,
Oh, that's nice.
which is going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
have a
ready.
Your
question.
orientation. Oh,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I have a question. Did you mention in your resume that you were automation engineer or something about knowledge of Java and everything else, right?
Yes, because I did take PyCharm. I have that on my resume. I did tell them, I did make sure that they know that I'm still a junior. I'm not an expert, because I want transparency. I don't want them to think that I'm going to hit the ground running, and you know what I mean? Yes, it's on there.
So did you go through the whole program? You went all the way through to the SDET with this Learnix tree?
You're talking about the PyCharm?
With Learnix tree, the company we're in school
Yes.
with right now, you went through the SDET with Python?
Yes.
Okay.
Lita, do you have a question?
I wanted to know, does she have is there an orientation? Is there what do you call it, onboarding?
Yes. So there's a 2-week training. I actually just got hired. We just did the background check. And HR told me, the management, IT management told me that there is a training the first 2 weeks, and I'm assuming that's onboarding included.
How many years of experience you have shown in your resume?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
How many years of experience you have shown in your resume?
Yes, that's a good question. So I have put about almost 2 years. That's it.
Good.
Yeah, that's it. Because I didn't want to do over, you know what I mean? Then the expectation would be
Mhm.
What's
hit the
the
ground
name of the
running.
position that you got the offer?
QA analyst.
QA, and it's a junior
Analyst.
position.
It's a junior position, and they asked for minimum 1 year experience, so which is great.
You don't
Yeah.
mind sharing the salary, right?
Starting 70,000. They were. I'm sorry.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. For a start, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I don't have as much experience, and 70,000, I feel like that's just a good start. It's a stepping stone. And once, I learn automation and have that under my belt, and then the sky is the limit. But I think for a start, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially the market is really tough right now to find a job. So.
Yes.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
right.
But
Congra-
now, right
con-
now, I think the
congratulations.
salary offer
Thank
is
you.
going down compared to last year. So I think 70,000 is a good offer for a starting position.
I have another question. Was it a Momentum? The recruiter from Momentum?
What do you mean, momentum?
It's like a recruiter firm, Momentum. Oh, they directly contacted you.
They directly contacted me. There was no recruiter. It was an HR that is based in Atlanta, and one day I just received a message on LinkedIn. He asked me if I was open to new opportunities, and I did tell him that my contract ended and that I just moved to Miami and I am open for work. And then he immediately asked me for my resume, and then he immediately set me up for an interview.
Hmm.
It was very quick.
Oh, that again, it proves me the theory that when you put over 5 years, they kind of afraid and they don't even call for these positions, because I applied for all of them and I'm in Miami and I never got hired. You see,
How many years do you have on your LinkedIn
5
or
plus,
resume?
5 plus, and I do very well, 2-3 steps of interview, and then they just disappear.
I only have one round of interview. So this position, actually, they just created this position, and I think they're trying to make some changes within their company. So I just had one, and it was not technical. I'm not saying that other companies are not doing technical, but with this one, it was not very technical at all. But they do ask questions, what's on your resume, and I think that's very important to know what you're putting down and how you should be able to speak to it. I did that and that was fine.
And what kind of questions did they ask?
Why should we hire you? That was one of the questions. Tell me what you did in your last job. What made you decide to be a QA analyst? Like really easy jobs. Easy questions. Sorry, easy questions. Like, do you have any restrictions? Like coming to work like 8 to 5. A lot of people want to work remote, so they were a little bit kind of like, is that okay for you? You know what I mean? Like really basic general questions.
Would you mind sharing how you answer the question?
Sure. So like,
Yeah.
why should we hire you? And I was like, well, I adapt easily to new environments. I'm flexible. I'm a quick learner. I'm reliable. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm people's person. I like to build relationships. So the thing is also, because the company is it's called Quirch. It's a distributor to grocery stores. They distribute food to grocery stores. And I have sales background. So they felt like that goes hand in hand with QA analyst and then also having sales background. So they were like, that's what they really liked about my resume, because I have years of sales. And so that experience really, they felt like that would add value to their company as well.
So may I ask you, so you put your sales experience on your resume, so it was not just QA related.
No, because I did a lot of sales and I did also software sales. I put that in my resume. That helped because I'm familiar with software. So I used to sell software as well. And so that helped a lot. Because for them, it's like, okay, she knows her application. She knows, because I told them about the software that it didn't work properly and it had bugs. And, we talked about that. And so it just kind of like, it goes hand in hand.
Did you, is the job fully remote?
No, it's on site, 8 to 5, Monday
Yeah,
through Friday.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Most of the jobs
That's
are
the
on
thing.
site. That's the problem. To get remote is tough.
It's tough because the market is really tough, but I accepted it because, again, I want that experience, and then eventually I can always look for remote.
Yeah. And then as you
Yeah,
work, you can
kind of
negotiate to
discouraging.
remote, so.
Yeah.
I actually got into this. One of my main reasons for taking the course is to work remotely and to be able to be flexible and work from anywhere. So I'm definitely it's definitely a little discouraging to hear how hard it's been for everybody. And I really need to find a job quickly. I can't wait a year. So, that's a little discouraging.
They did say, eventually they are going to be remote once we learn the new, like they're trying to transition into automation testing. So once we have the training and everybody's comfortable and everybody's good to go, they did say they want to transition into remote. But you know what? I feel like being in the office, I probably will be able to learn more because it's more, you can be more proactive and interact with one another.
Interacting with others.
I feel like I'm actually really comfortable with going on site, the first couple months.
Yeah, especially, I guess that's a little more, that makes me feel a little better, especially if they're willing to train you. And so they're going to train you, they're going to get you comfortable, and then they'll let you work from home. That's good. That's great. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Because I'm totally open to that. I'm totally open to that, but my goal is to have the flexibility of working remotely. So that makes me feel better, and I'm happy for you, by the way.
Thank you.
I hope maybe if I start with this premium LinkedIn like you did, maybe I could get a job quicker.
It makes you more, the visibility of your profile. It's more, I guess, and people can see you more. They can message you, they can contact you, you can build your resume. Like I build resume from my LinkedIn profile. And then also what it does when you look for jobs, it automatically, when you go back, it shows you like, oh, it matches your resume. When a job is posted, it matches your resume. Like it shows you like, oh, you have 9 skills out of 10. This would be a good fit for you. So because sometimes, because when you apply for jobs, it's automated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not, so that's why it's kind of, it helps you with that as well. Like it shows you the jobs that it matches your resume, and then you start applying.
Indeed does that. I mean, automatically. So that's kind of similar to what Indeed does. They'll say, oh, you know, you have you're highly experienced for this, or you're medium, or you're low. Don't apply, you know. So
exactly,
that's nice. How much is the premium membership?
I think it's $39.99 a month, or I'm not so sure, to be honest. I subscribed it. I'm not sure if it's every 3 months, 2 months, but it comes out of my account automatically. So I cannot tell you. I know it's not monthly. I think it's every other month. I'm not so sure.
Oh, okay.
I think
or you can pay yearly. I think if you pay yearly, it's cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do both. I think monthly is $39.99.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not so sure. Yeah, but I think I did yearly because it was cheaper.
I have sales background. I was going to tell you that, but I don't have sales background with computer. And the guy that we did the interview training with, he told me not to put that on there. But like I'm kind of feeling like maybe I should, now that helps you. But I don't have sales with computers like you do.
I did. I had, and then before I did something completely different. What helped me with sales, it's building relationships, because they want that, because you may interface with customers or with the developers. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure they want to make sure you are able to keep that good rapport, because you know it's all about keeping that good relationship and building good relationship. So they did ask me that.
Okay. Yeah, and that definitely works with being in sales.
Yeah.
Because you have to
I don't think it's
communicate.
gonna hurt you.
You have to communicate, you know.
Yes. Can you may we know that what kind of skills you have mentioned in your resume? Can we know?
What kind of what?
Yeah, what kind of skills you have mentioned in your resume?
Yeah, I test, writing test scripts. I put Jira, I put FireCharm, I put Selenium, SQL, because we learned all that in school. So whatever we learned, I put all of that. And then I also put Salesforce, because I work with Salesforce. That helped a lot too, because a lot of them do Salesforce. There are a lot of Salesforce testers. So I worked with Salesforce many years. So I have that experience. Whatever we learned, I don't know on top of my head, but I put whatever Yuri gave it to us too, the resume that you can pull on Confluence. We had that resume. I kind of like copy pasted it and fixed it a little bit. But what I've even learned in school.
How long did it take from the time you finished to you getting the job? How long did it take you?
So I had my interview on last week, and then they gave me a job offer this week, Monday.
No, I'm talking about when you finished the class to when you got it.
Oh, okay. So, honestly, I stopped coming to internship in August last year.
Oh my God.
August, September. I know.
Okay.
Tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. So have you been applying like every week for jobs, or how often did you apply?
I mean, to be very honest, I did not apply like 30, 40, 50 jobs a day. I'm being honest. I did not.
Did you apply like once a week?
I've maybe applied maybe like 3-4 times a week, maybe 3 or 4 jobs a day, maybe. But again, you know, this job I didn't apply for. They found me on LinkedIn and they reached out to me. I did not apply for this job. They reached out to me.
Yeah, may I ask you to connect because I'm in Miami, if you can share your LinkedIn profile here. So in case.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sambul, I don't have a question. I just want to congrats you one more time. I know how long was the way, and I know how hard it was. So
I know,
I'm really
Ina.
happy for you.
Thank you, Ina.
Yep.
Thank you. Don't give up.
No.
There are jobs out there. I know it's tough. I was at the point, I'm like, oh my God, you know what? This just, I'm giving up. This was like unexpected. Honestly, I'm like, wow, like I'm blown away. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
But
congratulations.
it could
for
be
sure.
the location. Thank you.
You sound like
you
deserve
are
it.
there.
Go on, Mac.
No, I was just saying you are there and you give everybody else the inspiration to keep on moving forward.
Yes, do not.
Every day I think about quitting, but a story like yours makes me want to go even stronger and harder. I appreciate it. Even if
Yes.
it never happens for me, I love the adventure.
Don't give up. I'm telling you, there are jobs out there. It's just been a little bit tough, but don't give up. And you know, you guys work so hard. There is something for everybody. It just takes time. I mean, I've been looking since last year. I attended Learnix last year, in March, April, and here we are in almost September, right? Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, over a year and a half.
If you don't mind, can I ask you like what do you think the student can get out of the course? Like what do you think, say, from the internship program or other courses that you think help you on this journey to get a job?
Yes. So just make sure, like when you, like what I did was I made sure I watched videos, I learned about more testing, because you will forget about it, you know, and that I did the automation testing with Ina, you know, and then I went back to some of the videos, I rewatched it, and I YouTube a lot of things. And thank God my partner, he's in IT, so he's a big help too, you know, me and him having conversations and him explaining to me the details of testing. So it really just don't stop learning. That's what I would say. Don't stop learning and don't stop educating yourself. Because if you stop doing the internship, you can get sidetracked and then you'll forget about it. Because then you don't know. You know what I mean? Just keep doing it so you can stay motivated. It was hard for me to attend the internship because I had 2 jobs. I was juggling between 2 jobs, and then I was doing internship, and it was just a lot for me. But I made sure that after I stopped doing the internship that I kept going, you know, like I kept learning and refresh my mind and refresh myself and just having this conversation and networking and, you know, making sure that I stay, you know, fresh just in case if I have an interview.
Thank you. That's very helpful. And if you get to, like, say, go back time or something, what would you've done differently when you was attending internship?
To be honest with you, I was having that conversation also with Ina. I don't know if Ina agrees with me, but I probably would have took my time taking the automation testing. So I would really recommend to wait until you're like 100% with manual testing and you have that under your belt, and then do your automation testing. I think that's one thing I can say that I would have done differently.
So you like rushed, you're saying you kind of rushed through the program?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I actually was wanting to do what you're doing. So I'm glad that you agree, because you know, they were already having us do interview classes like at the beginning, and I'm like, what are we doing? We're not even to the end yet. Why are we doing this already? It's a little backwards for me. I'm not used to that. When I went to school, those classes were after we learned how to do the job, when I went to my first career. So, I've stepped back from that. I took all the notes, I have everything saved. So, because I want to focus on learning first before I go and try to focus on like the theory and the the interviews and everything, or and writing a resume and all that stuff. Because to me, what's most important is learning how to actually do my job rather than the things that I can do later on. So that makes me feel good. I'm glad that you agree.
Yeah. That's one thing, because to me it's like, okay, we did the automation testing part-time. It was so quick, it was so condensed that I don't think I remember a lot of it.
Sunday, you can rewatch it again, reattend the course again.
That's right. Reattend the class. That's a really good thing.
Yeah.
They're flexible and yes, absolutely. You're right.
It will be helpful after a couple months, maybe when you attend the job. So, and then, right?
Yeah.
When you did Python, was that quick or was that a nice?
It was. So I feel like he did a very good job teaching us. It was just so condensed and quick. It was just really hard to remember and keep track, and it was just, I don't know, I just felt like it was too soon. I should probably focus more on manual testing first and have that like really 100% under my belt and feeling comfortable 100%, and then be like, okay, you know what, now I'm ready for automation testing. I mean, that was me. Everybody can be different.
So we can, I think we can pause. I think I could probably tell. I feel the same way. I think I probably could tell Jason I want to stay in the manual testing for a little while longer. And then I might not be with my class, but I could join another class after I feel comfortable.
The job that you got now, you're gonna be doing manual testing, right?
So right now it's manual testing, but they did tell me that they will eventually transition into automation testing, and they will provide training.
Okay.
And the automation tool they're going to use is Catalan. I looked it up. It's actually pretty good. I'm not 100% familiar, so I cannot really speak to it as much, but it's a totally different tool. It's not even PyCharm. It's not Selenium. It's totally different, where you can do your manual testing and everything else in one, I guess in that, within that tool. So I'm looking it up. I'm kind of like trying to gain knowledge now and see what it is, what it's about. But
does it start with K? Sure. How do you spell that?
Katalan. Catalan.
Did you take your ISTQB as well?
No. Nope.
Okay. All right, that's good.
Yes. So we didn't have any class with in Python. So why did you choose Python? Because you already mentioned in your resume, or did you learn Python in different institute or?
No, I said Learnix Center.
Oh, because we didn't have any class in Python.
You have to pay to go to all the way through the program. Did you pick to do all the way through? There's 3 different stages. There's manual testing, and then there's a QA engineering, and then there's a SDET. The SDET is the final stage where you get the Python. So you can pay extra if you want it.
Yeah.
You'd have to talk to Jason.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's there's 3 parts. So
how long it takes to do the Python course?
6 weeks, I think. 6 or 8 weeks? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I think it's about 6 weeks.
6 weeks, yeah. So it's very
I have a question.
Yeah.
So my name is Ansar. Which kind of question they ask you about selenium and PyCharm? They were
They
easy,
didn't
like
ask me.
really?
No,
Oh,
it
that's
was
nice.
non-technical. Yeah.
That's really good. Like you, congratulations.
Thank you. It was non-technical, but I'm not saying that the next interview that you will have is not, I'm sure it's technical. You know what I mean? I was just so happened it was non-technical questions. They did want you to speak to the resume. You know, they did want you to explain what's on your resume. So that's one thing I really highly recommend. Like when you have your resume in front of you, you should know everything you have written down on that resume. You should be able to speak to everything.
Yes. And Miss Fran, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before learning Python, is it necessary to learn C programming?
C programming?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to know C to learn Python.
Okay.
Yeah, but like what Sagu has said is that make sure you know and understand the manual testing and all the core, that's what you need to know before you move on to Python, like automation, because then you're gonna run real quick because the assumption is that you already know the concept, you know what you're supposed to do. It's just a different kind of tools. It's just that instead of you doing it manually, you are using, Python to run API, you're using other tool to do automations. So if you don't have the foundation, down, you're gonna get lost if you just jump down there, not, not prepared. So it's important for you to understand, the concept of QA, when you're doing testing, bug report, all of that before we move on
We
to.
learned to crawl before we walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good example. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you still good with the time, Sanko? I don't want to like keep you for
Yeah,
too long.
I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Thank
you
you
so
guys,
much.
yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
Did
much.
you-
It's a very good inspiration for everyone. I know the job market is hard. It's much tougher this year compared to last year. Last year is kind of like unicorn job market. Compared to this year's, like the offer is less and the options of remote is less. But remember, like once you start the job, there's always opportunity for you to negotiate being remote. Once you start a job, there's always opportunity to jump to the next job with a better offer. But you need to start from somewhere, you need to have that motion in place before you keep moving forward because the job that you're going might not be the last job, right? Hopefully not. And you're gonna move up from there. So having you here, Songo, is very inspirational. Very grateful
Thank
for you.
you. Thank you for having me. Also, I understand that some people, they want to make more money and that's great. But I mean, we have to be really realistic. Like Tron said, the job market is tough. And with not having much experience, I think whatever they offer, I feel like it's everybody's preference, but I felt like, I should take it and then go from there.
So when you are going to start your new job?
I'm going to start September 11th.
It's okay. If you don't mind, come and see us and help us on October 11 after doing 1 month job to share more ideas.
I'll join again. Absolutely. I can let you know what
is going on there.
What's going on in the office and what happened, the onboarding and the training and all that other good stuff. Definitely. I will join you guys.
It will help us.
I'll talk to them.
Did you do the second internship that's offered with Learnix?
Second, no. I did the only internship I did was with Alex.
Okay. So because there's an opportunity. I was gonna tell everybody on here there's an opportunity to do an internship with a company after you're done with the program. I can't remember what the program's called, but you can ask Larry or Jason. And most of the time it's not going to be paid, but if you go ahead and do that, you can get a job faster too that way, and get more experience under your belt. So I'm probably going to end up, judging by what you're saying, I'm probably going to end up taking advantage of that. that second
Well,
internship.
that's actually called Way Up, and it's just like a job board basically that has internships. So you have to apply, and you have to be accepted into the whatever program it is. It's not
Yeah.
something that we can just get into. You have to like find it and apply to it.
Oh, I know. But I was just
Okay.
saying it
'Cause
might
I
be
thought
easier.
it was something else.
It might be easier to apply for that and get into that and get some more experience under your belt. And then if the company likes you, they'll take you on as an employee. It might be easier to jump into that than wait a year and a half to get a job, I mean, I don't know, just get your foot in the door somewhere, I'll have to talk to Jason and Larry, but I don't know, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Might be easier to, somebody might say, might be easier to go in and not, they might hire you for internship quicker because they're not paying you, you know what I mean? And then see how you do. And if you do well, then they'll hire you as an employee. I don't know. It's just a thought for a thought. That's why it's there. So.
And anyone has any question for Sanko where we have her?
Okay.
So one last question. If I know like you gave everyone really good advice regarding like the resume, regarding, make sure you repeating not just the exercise, but the knowledge refreshing on it, and then just keep going, even though like maybe you don't get the offer right now, but just keep going, because if you keep going, then eventually you get there. Why if you stand still, you're not going to get there. So all of these are really good points. If there's one last thing you can, leave everyone with, what would it be?
Don't give up. I think that would be the only. Don't give up. Just continue. Have hope and be optimistic and always apply and make sure that resume is updated and networking. That's don't give up. Honestly, don't give up.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah,
think the
don't give up.
internship program help you? Like say in interview and further on.
So the internship helped me, like I can speak to, honestly, like I was able to speak to agile methodology, the Scrum Master, and then the regression testing, the Selenium testing, like whatever we did in the class, I was able to speak to it. Jira, I opened ticket in Jira, our Scrum, we would have so many sprints and we will have a Scrum Master and daily stand-ups and all that stuff. So the internship did really help me a lot. Gave me that experience that I can speak to in like real life, like in real place where you would work, real job experience, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear. Well, I would like to thank you for joining with us. Thank you. Congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you. You guys can find me on LinkedIn if you guys want to connect with me and then have other questions.
Do you want to share it in the chat, maybe your LinkedIn?
Yeah, I'll drop my link.
Yeah, yep. Drop the link, please.
Okay.
Yeah, and come back visit us.
Okay. Yes, we'll do. Thank you.
Thank you, Sango.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you in October.
Thank you
Hope
for
to
your
see you in
time.
October.
I'll come back in October. I promise. I'll tell Alex and I will tell you all my experiences.